For months, the Allies had been planning to invade France, which was under German occupation. But in order to do so, they had to break through the Atlantic Wall. The Atlantic Wall was a series of fortifications and defenses along the Atlantic coastline that stretched from the top of Norway down to the bottom of France. Concrete bunkers, barbed wire, and mines were a few of the many obstacles that the Allies would have to overcome to make it across the beaches into France. The Allies' plan was to attack the Germans at a place called Normandy on June 5, 1944, but due to bad weather, the date was moved a day later to June 6th. The attack began at midnight with thousands of paratroopers jumping from their planes and landing behind enemy lines. Their mission was to capture bridges and other strategic areas. However, many landed far away from their intended targets, while others were shot as they neared the ground. But overall, their operation was a success. Meanwhile, over 2,000 bombers flew across the English Channel to bomb the German defenses to make it easier for the infantry to take the beaches. But the skies were foggy and the pilots couldn't see the ground, so they dropped their loads too far inland and didn't harm the German positions. In the early morning, the first waves of infantry began landing on the beaches. The Allies had divided the 50-mile coastline up into 5 sections, codenamed Sword, Juno, Gold, Omaha, and Utah. The German defenses on Omaha Beach were particularly strong, and as the ramps lowered on the landing crafts, the men inside were mowed down by machine gun fire. Out of the first wave of soldiers, only a few made it to the beach. Most were shot as they left their landing crafts or drowned in the water, weighed down by their heavy equipment. To make matters worse, most of the DD tanks, special tanks designed with flotation devices, sank in the rough seas before they could make it to shore. In the next 2 hours, more and more American troops landed on Omaha Beach, while the Germans kept them pinned down from the cliffs above. Meanwhile, a few Navy destroyers came as close as they could to the shore and began bombarding the enemy fortifications. As the battle went on, the Germans began to run out of ammunition, and the Americans were starting to make it across the beaches and up the cliffs. Once up, they began flanking the German strongpoints, taking them out one by one. By the end of the day, the Americans had lost over 2,000 men on Omaha Beach, making it one of the bloodiest days in US history. But the Allies now had a foothold in France, and would push the Germans back for the remainder of the war.